Have you ever noticed how the world seems made for right-handed people? From simple tasks to unexpected struggles, being left-handed is like living in a parallel universe. But what if we told you there's a whole list of quirks only lefties truly understand? Curious? Intrigued? Well, stick around, because today we're diving into the left-handed experience like never before. Ready to uncover the secrets of the left-handed life? Let's dive in. Number 1. The struggle with right-handed scissors. Left-handed people often find themselves in a bind when it comes to using scissors designed for right-handed users. The blades are typically angled in a way that requires the user to exert more pressure, making cutting a frustrating and imprecise task. This can lead to uneven cuts and aching hands, turning a simple task into a challenge. Finding a pair of left-handed scissors is like discovering a hidden treasure, instantly transforming the experience into one of ease and satisfaction. Number 2. The constant battle with ink smudges. For left-handed writers, smudging ink is a constant companion. As they write from left to right, their hand drags across the fresh ink, causing smudges and ruining the neatly written text. This not only makes writing messy, but also uncomfortable as they try to adjust their hand position awkwardly to avoid the smudges. Despite their best efforts, many left-handers find themselves with ink-stained hands and notes by the end of the day. Number 3. The awkwardness of spiral notebooks. Spiral notebooks present a unique challenge for left-handers, with the binding digging into their hand as they write. This discomfort can lead to cramped fingers and reduced writing efficiency. Many left-handers have to develop unique strategies, like starting from the back of the notebook or turning it upside down, just to find a comfortable position. These adaptations, while creative, highlight the daily hurdles faced in such a simple task. Number 4. The frustration with can openers. Most can openers are designed with right-handed users in mind, leaving left-handers struggling to open cans smoothly. The positioning of the handle and blade often requires awkward twisting and turning, making what should be an easy kitchen task unnecessarily difficult. This design oversight can make meal preparation frustrating and time-consuming for those who are left-handed. Number 5. The difficulty with standard measuring cups. Standard measuring cups can be tricky for left-handers due to measurements being printed on one side. When held in the left hand, these measurements are often out of view, requiring them to awkwardly twist their wrist or switch hands to see the numbers. This can lead to inaccurate measurements and adds an extra step to cooking or baking. Number 6. The awkward fumbling with credit card readers. Credit card readers in stores are often positioned for right-handed use, creating an awkward experience for left-handers. They may fumble with swiping their card or have difficulty entering their PIN comfortably. This seemingly small inconvenience can become a regular hassle during shopping trips, causing unnecessary delays and frustration. Number 7. The struggle with right-handed desks. Lecture halls and classrooms commonly feature right-handed desks, leaving left-handers to contort their bodies into uncomfortable positions to take notes. This lack of support can lead to poor posture and fatigue over long periods of writing. Such seating arrangements force left-handers to adapt quickly or risk discomfort throughout their education. Number 8. The discomfort of writing in binders. Binders with large rings pose a significant challenge for left-handed individuals, as they have to maneuver around the rings when writing on the left side of the page. This can result in cramped hand positions and slow writing speeds. Left-handers often find themselves flipping pages awkwardly or avoiding binders altogether for more comfortable options. Number 9. The challenge of manual pencil sharpeners. Manual pencil sharpeners are another tool that often favors right-handed users. For left-handers, using these sharpeners requires awkward wrist movements that can be uncomfortable and inefficient. This simple task becomes cumbersome, forcing them to seek alternative sharpening methods or gadgets designed specifically for left-handed use. Number 10. The frustration of signing documents. Signing documents can be an awkward task for left-handers, especially when using a corded pen attached to the right side of a clipboard. The cord often restricts movement, forcing left-handers into an uncomfortable position. Additionally, the signature box is typically located in the bottom right corner of documents, making it inconvenient for left-handers to navigate without smudging or discomfort. Number 11. Driving challenges. For left-handers, getting used to the standard placement of brake and accelerator pedals in cars can be tricky. These controls are designed with right-hand usage in mind, requiring left-handers to adapt their natural instincts. This can initially lead to a steeper learning curve and a more conscious effort in controlling the vehicle. Number 12. Awkward social interactions. Simple social gestures like shaking hands or giving high fives can be awkward for left-handers when everyone else is right-handed. The instinctive use of their left hand can sometimes lead to clumsy encounters or require them to switch hands quickly. This small but frequent challenge can make social interactions slightly uncomfortable. Number 13. Underestimation in arm wrestling. In arm wrestling, left-handers are often underestimated because most people are used to competing with their right hand. When a left-hander uses their dominant hand, it can catch opponents off guard, providing an unexpected advantage. However, the challenge lies in finding opponents who are willing to wrestle with the non-dominant hand, which can be difficult. Number 14. Adjusting public computers. Public computers typically have the mouse set up on the right side of the keyboard, requiring left-handers to adjust the setup for comfortable use. This task might seem minor, but it adds an extra step every time they sit down to use a public computer. Many left-handers develop quick workarounds, but it highlights the need for more inclusive setups. Number 15. Navigating revolving doors. Revolving doors usually rotate counterclockwise, favoring right-handed users. This rotation can feel unnatural for left-handers, who may find themselves hesitating or adjusting their pace to pass through smoothly. While not a major obstacle, it adds a small inconvenience to their daily routine. Number 16. Bread bag tie troubles. Bread bag ties are often twisted in a direction that favors right-handed users, making them tricky for left-handers to untwist. This simple daily task can become frustrating as they struggle to open or close bags efficiently. Left-handers often have to develop their own techniques to handle these common items. Number 17. Challenges in shooting guns. Some firearms are designed in a way that makes them uncomfortable or even unsafe for left-handed users. The ejection port often sends shells flying toward the face of a left-handed shooter, creating a potential hazard. Left-handers must seek out specially designed firearms or adapt their shooting stance to avoid these issues. Number 18. Upside-down measuring tapes. Measuring tapes often feature numbers that are upside down when used by left-handers. This requires them to read measurements backward or twist the tape around awkwardly, which can lead to errors and frustration during precise tasks like DIY projects or crafts. Number 19. Pen decals as left-handed reminders. Pens often have decals or branding that face the wrong way when held in the left hand. This serves as a constant reminder of how many everyday items are designed primarily for right-handed users. While it's not functionally problematic, it symbolizes how everyday life subtly favors right-handed individuals. Number 20. Tethered pens at the bank. Tethered pens at banks and other public locations are usually attached on the right side, making them cumbersome for left-handers to use comfortably. The position of the cord restricts movement and forces a switch from their dominant hand, which can lead to messy writing and added frustration during transactions. Number 21. The joy of discovering left-handed kitchen tools. For left-handers, finding kitchen tools designed specifically for them, like left-handed paring knives, is a delightful experience. These tools fit comfortably in their hand and allow for precise, efficient cutting without awkward adjustments. This discovery transforms cooking from a series of frustrating challenges into an enjoyable and seamless activity. Number 22. The struggle with right-handed corkscrews. Opening wine bottles with right-handed corkscrews can be a tricky task for left-handers. The twisting motion designed for right-hand use feels unnatural and requires them to exert extra effort or adapt their grip awkwardly. This can make what should be a simple ritual into a frustrating experience, often requiring practice and patience to perfect. Number 23. Choosing seats carefully at the dinner table. Left-handers often have to strategically choose their seat at the dinner table to avoid awkward elbow clashes with right-handed neighbors. Sitting on the wrong side can lead to constant bumping and discomfort during meals. This consideration becomes second nature over time, but it highlights the small adjustments left-handers must make in social settings. Number 24. The challenge with right-handed serrated knives. Using right-handed serrated knives can be difficult for left-handers due to the angle and direction of the serrations. Cutting through bread or other items can become a cumbersome task, requiring them to change their natural cutting motion. This can lead to uneven slices and added frustration in the kitchen. Number 25. The struggle with right-handed vegetable peelers. Right-handed vegetable peelers often require left-handers to use awkward wrist motions or switch hands entirely. This can make peeling vegetables inefficient and uncomfortable, turning a simple prep task into a chore. Finding a left-handed peeler can significantly improve their cooking experience by allowing for smooth, effortless peeling. Number 26. The challenge with right-handed ice cream scoops. Scooping ice cream with a right-handed scoop can be a challenge for left-handers. The design often favors a specific wrist motion that feels awkward and requires extra force when used with the left hand. This can lead to uneven scoops or difficulty in serving, making dessert preparation less enjoyable. Number 27. The challenge of finding left-handed baseball gloves and golf clubs. For left-handers, finding sports equipment like baseball gloves and golf clubs can be a significant challenge. These items are often produced in smaller quantities for left-handers, making them less available and sometimes more expensive. This scarcity means left-handed athletes often have to search extensively or settle for less ideal options, impacting their performance and enjoyment of the sport. Number 28. The difficulty of learning sports techniques from right-handed coaches. Learning sports techniques from right-handed coaches can be tricky for left-handed athletes. Coaches may naturally demonstrate skills in a way that feels awkward or counterintuitive for left-handers, requiring them to mentally reverse the instruction. This can slow down the learning process and necessitate additional practice to master techniques effectively. Number 29. The challenge of finding left-handed fishing reels. Left-handed fishing reels can be hard to come by, with most reels designed for right-hand use. This means left-handers often have to adapt to using their non-dominant hand to reel in catches, or spend extra time searching for suitable equipment. This equipment limitation can make fishing less enjoyable and more challenging for left-handed anglers. Number 30. The difficulty of using right-handed firearms safely and comfortably. Using right-handed firearms poses safety and comfort issues for left-handers. Many firearms are designed with controls positioned for right-hand use, which can be awkward and potentially dangerous for left-handers to operate. They must either seek out specialized left-handed firearms or adapt their handling techniques to mitigate these challenges. Number 31. The challenge of finding left-handed guitar strings and instruction. Left-handed guitarists often face challenges in finding strings and instructional materials tailored to their needs. Standard guitar setups cater to right-handers, requiring left-handed players to seek out specific strings and reverse instructional content. This adds an extra layer of complexity to learning and mastering the instrument. Number 32. The advantage in table tennis. In table tennis, being left-handed can be a strategic advantage due to the unique spin they impart on the ball. Right-handed opponents are often less accustomed to facing left-handed spins, which can disrupt their rhythm and strategy. This natural unpredictability offers left-handers an edge in matches, allowing them to use their handedness to outmaneuver opponents effectively. Number 33. The awkwardness of using cameras with right-sided shutter buttons. Cameras typically have shutter buttons positioned on the right side, making it awkward for left-handers to operate them comfortably. Left-handed photographers often have to stretch their fingers or awkwardly adjust their grip, which can lead to instability and missed shots. This design oversight can be frustrating, especially during dynamic or fast-paced shooting situations. Number 34. The challenge of using right-handed computer mice efficiently. Right-handed computer mice can be challenging for left-handers as their natural inclination is to use their left hand for precision tasks. Using a mouse designed for right-handed users requires them to either adapt to using their non-dominant hand or reconfigure the mouse settings, which can be inconvenient and impact productivity. Number 35. The difficulty of using right-handed game controllers. Game controllers, especially those used in first-person shooter games, are often designed with right-handed players in mind. This setup can make it difficult for left-handers to aim accurately and manage controls efficiently. The need to adapt to these configurations can hinder gameplay and reduce the competitive edge for left-handed gamers. Number 36. The struggle with right-handed power tools. Right-handed power tools often have safety features and controls positioned for right-hand use, making them awkward and potentially unsafe for left-handers. This requires them to adjust their grip or stance, which can lead to discomfort or compromise their safety while operating the tools. Finding left-handed tools or developing specific handling techniques is often necessary to mitigate these issues. Number 37, accidentally hitting the like button when scrolling on a smartphone. When scrolling through content on a smartphone, left-handers may accidentally hit the like button due to the typical placement of interactive elements on the right side of the screen. This can lead to unintended interactions and minor annoyances as they navigate through apps. Adjusting hand positions or customizing app settings can help alleviate this common issue. Number 38, the feeling of being unique. Being left-handed is a unique trait shared by only about 10.6% of the population. This rarity can foster a sense of individuality and distinctiveness among left-handers, contributing to their identity. Embracing this uniqueness can be empowering, allowing them to connect with a special community that shares similar experiences and challenges. Number 39, the experience of being asked, "Oh, you're left-handed." Left-handers often find themselves the subject of curiosity when writing or performing tasks in public. Hearing comments like, "Oh, you're left-handed," is a common occurrence. While usually meant as an innocent remark, it serves as a reminder of how their handedness stands out in a predominantly right-handed world. Number 40, the cultural stigma faced in some societies. In certain cultures, left-handedness is viewed with suspicion or negativity, sometimes being considered unlucky or disrespectful. This cultural stigma can lead to social pressures or even discrimination, making it challenging for left-handers to fully express their natural abilities. Navigating these societal attitudes requires resilience and self-assurance. Number 41, being the only left-handed person in the family. Being the only left-hander in a family can create feelings of difference or isolation. Family activities and traditions may inadvertently favor right-handed members, leading to minor challenges and adaptations. Despite this, it also provides an opportunity for left-handers to educate their family and celebrate their unique perspective. Number 42, being forced to use the right hand. In certain cultures or educational systems, left-handers have been forced to use their right hand for writing and other tasks, often causing discomfort and frustration. Such practices stem from outdated beliefs and can have lasting impacts on individuals' confidence and abilities. Many left-handers today cherish the freedom to use their natural hand. Number 43, the joy of celebrating Left-Handers Day. Every year on August 13th, Left-Handers Day offers a chance to celebrate and raise awareness about left-handedness. This day is an opportunity for left-handers to share experiences, highlight challenges, and connect with others who share their unique trait. It fosters a sense of community and pride among those who are left-handed. Number 44, explaining left-handedness to curious individuals. Left-handers often find themselves explaining their handedness to curious right-handed individuals. These conversations can range from simple questions about daily challenges to more in-depth discussions about the science behind handedness. Such interactions provide opportunities to educate others and promote understanding of the left-handed experience. And there you have it. 44 things only left-handed people truly understand. From unique challenges to surprising strengths, being a lefty isn't just a trait, it's a badge of creativity and adaptability. Enjoyed the video? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss our next one. And hey, what did we miss? Drop a comment below about other things only lefties would understand. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.